switching to YouTube music. Alexa, set your volume to 2. Namaste. Mic check, mic check. Alright, writing. So it is said that whoever harasses anybody who writes Sanskrit, the entire tribe is cursed. It's just according to the Vedic, tradition, the old tradition. Here we go, the writing. Nobody believes in it anymore. Nobody believes in it. Namaste. I messed up. You gonna need some more medicine? So what Sanskrit writing does is it reminds the earth of Sanskrit. Sanskrit has to be written in a specific way. Otherwise, it's called Hindi or another language. You have to write this first and then write that next. Most people don't do that anymore. So I'm the only person writing real Sanskrit on the earth right now, to tell you the truth, because nobody knows how to write it. Everybody writes Hindi. So here we go. Om Shri Agniya Namaha. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Parashuramaya Namaha. So each time you're writing Sanskrit, you're changing this reality. You're programming, you're computer programming this reality through Sanskrit. That's why the order of writing, like this comes first, that comes next, is very, very important. Otherwise, it's called Hindi. Hindi, it has no spiritual quality as far as I could tell. Sanskrit does. Sanskrit has spiritual power. Oh, the recent thing, one second. The most recent thing I found out about Sanskrit is that it's geometrical. It's mathematical. I didn't know that until I encountered geometry, the pentacle, and it actually fits my mantra. This is the mantra that I've made up. It fits the pentacle, and it's I don't have to use the mantra Sanskrit anymore. I just use the you see that there, the mark of the beast right there. So yeah, Sanskrit fits geometry. That's why writing the right way is the most important. Just like correct pronunciation is the most important in Sanskrit, writing the right sequence of order is the most important in Sanskrit. I mean, you could, fix it up after you wrote it, but you have to write it like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't, there's no alternative. Om Shri Prabhupadaya Namaha. Alright, I have to learn to write Advaita Jaya, but that was me about 500 years ago. I believe my name was written in Bengali, so I have to figure out how to write it in Sanskrit. So I'm skipping Advaita Jaya, going right to Arjuna, and that was me 5,100 years ago. There we go. Om Shri Arjunaya Namaha. Next and final self-identification is Hanuman. That was me about 2 million years ago. Om Shri Hanumanaya Namaha. Took me a little while to figure out the invocation. The modernization of Sanskrit has been trying to make it fancy. It has actually backfired. It doesn't make it better. Trying to make Sanskrit fancy makes it worse. So that's what took me some time to figure that one out, but I figured it out. Okay. So that ends the self-identification invocation. Now I'm going to Vishnu, and Vishnu comes with Garuda. Garuda comes before Vishnu. He's the ambassador of Vishnu. So Garuda comes next. Does it pass? Does it pass? That's the only question. Does it pass? I'll write it again. Do I want to write it again? So usually writing it again means that you're lacking in that personality or that deity quality. Garuda is known for swiftness. He does things faster than anyone else, kind of deal. He flies. Om Shri Garudaya Namaha. This also took me a little while. Once again, modern people try to make Sanskrit fancy and thereby elongating Garuda, and that's actually not correct. It's Garuda. So it's Om Shri Garudaya Namaha. That's the correct invocation. Yeah. The mistake with modern scholars is that they try to make Sanskrit fancy, and it's not supposed to be fancy. No frills Sanskrit. It's not Garuda, it's Garuda. And next is Krishna's favorite form. This is his favorite incarnation, which is Narasimha. So that comes before him. Okay. Om Shri Narasimhaya Namaha. Next is Krishna himself. This is now the climax of the invocation. stopping. As long as I'm not home, that's cool. Okay. Shri Krishna Namahu. And what comes in between Krishna and Balarama is a secret treasure called Subhadra. She's hidden between Krishna and Balarama, and she's without her there's no God. So she's the secret treasure. I found my Subhadra. Everybody needs to find their Subhadra. So Subhadra is the female god, and she's eternally protected by Krishna and Balarama. She literally stands in between them. Okay. Shri Subhadraya Namahu. And next is Balarama. And if you're into the satanic tradition, Balarama was Baphomet. Or as you say, Krishna and Balarama were one entity. The truth is, Krishna, Subhadra, and Balarama were one entity called Baphomet. Or Baphomet and Jezebel, I should say. That was in the previous creation, started 42 trillion years ago. I thought somebody came at the door. So what happened in the last creation was Donald Trump was Shiva incarnate, and eventually he became Krishna. And then this creation was created 18 trillion years ago. Shri Balaramaya Namaha. And if you say, oh, that's BS, that's nonsense, that doesn't exist. Well, life has no beginning. Time has no beginning. And time has no ending. It's a circle. It goes, from the beginning to the end and repeats itself. So everything that we are doing now was done 42 trillion years ago. With Donald Trump was playing my character, and everybody else was playing their previous character. There are 3 stages to life. There's the child, the father, and the grandfather. Hinduism calls, or that Vedic tradition calls it, Shiva, Vishnu, and Brahman. They are the same person, separated in 3 different stages of life. They're one person in 3: child, father, and grandfather. And the grandfather becomes a child again. That's the circle of time. Okay. Balarama. So right now, this Balarama has an inclination. He likes Duryodhana, and he will eventually become Duryodhana himself about 24 trillion years from now. The exact Duryodhana we have in this age, and I don't know who he is now. I think he's probably maybe a woman. I don't know, but Duryodhana in this age will be replaced by Balarama of this age in the next creation, which happens in 24 trillion years from now. So Balarama, Duryodhana comes next Balarama because they're the same person. And the hint is in Mahabharata when Balarama sides with Duryodhana. He said, "Oh, it was unfair for Duryodhana. It was the Banner cheated. Bhimasena cheated." That's the hint in Mahabharata as to Balarama becoming Duryodhana in the next creation, which happens 24 trillion years from now. I think Balarama may be George Soros right now. I could be wrong. I have to double check, triple check. Shri Duryodhana. Oh, this is my second mistake. It's regarding Duryodhana. Duryodhana is translated as the lowest. So I have trouble dealing with low people. I have to learn to get along with low people. And once again, in the Vedic traditions, it is said that if you actively harass anybody writing Sanskrit, not only will he die, but the entire tribe dies, or they're marked for curse, or something like that. Om Shri Duryodhanaya Namaha. That's not accidentally harassing, but like intent to harass. The intent is the most important part. You could hit somebody with a car, but if it's an accident, it's different than, hey, I'm gonna kill that guy with my car. That's two different things. All right. Yeah, I understand that nobody believes in this stuff. Nobody. I'm like the only person on the entire planet. I mean, yeah, there are people who believe in this stuff. They're hiding. Isn't that funny? People who know the truth, they're hiding the truth. Om Shri Yutishutviraya Om Shri Yutishutviraya Namaha. So Duryodhana is the duality of Yuthishthira. They were Krishna and Balarama in the previous creation, and Krishna becomes Yuthishthira 24 trillion years from now. Balarama becomes Duryodhana. So Balarama veers away from being good and becomes Duryodhana, and Duryodhana becomes a source for all evil for that creation. He's the father of all evil, Duryodhana. Okay. But he was Balarama, so he came from good. That's my point. And after Yutoshi Twiran's favorite incarnation, who is Yamaraja. Yamaraja literally means Death King. You know, I had a friend going around in an Indian village, just, you know, murmuring Yama, 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 and some people got scared. Yama, 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 Yama. I play a game called Yamaka. Yamaka. Yama means death. Yamaka means death game or death festival. Okay, so Yutoshi Twiran's favorite form is Yamaraja. Yutoshi Twiran is Brahma. Brahma is incarnate. One of them is Yamaraja. That's his favorite incarnation. Just like Krishna's favorite incarnation is Narasimha, Yutoshi Twiran's favorite incarnation is Yamaraja. That's Death King. Yutoshi Twiran is Yamaraja, or he is the core of Yamaraja. That's Yutoshi Twiran. That he is Yamaraja. A lot of you are like, Krishna is Vishnu, Yutoshi Twiran is Yamaraja. And that's his favorite form. Yeah, once again, Yutoshi Twiran has a favorite form. His favorite form was, or is, Yamaraja. Yamaraja literally means Death King. Om Shri Yamarajaya Namaha. And the problem with Brahma in Kali Yuga, this is Kali Yuga, is that he is Yamaraja, but he hasn't acted on Kaima in time. That's the problem with Kali Yuga. It's not Yamaraja delayed by time. And why? How is that possible? Well, people in this age have figured out how to delay Kaima. They stop believing in God. That delays Kaima. It doesn't make it disappear. It delays it, and some people have learned to utilize that delay. They used it as a skill to their advantage. Oh, I could delay Kaima. I don't believe in God, so that delays it by 15 years. You know. But Kaima does not disappear, not even in trillions of years, and this is in Kariki Purana. Okay, so Om Shri Yamarajaya Namahu. And it means Death King is also known as the God of Justice. And he is, once again, Yutoshi Twiran's favorite form. He is Yamaraja. Yutoshi Twiran is Yamaraja. Okay. And so that ends the Vishnu incarnation. And well, starting Duryodhana, this is the Brahma incarnation after Balarama. And now going into self-identification, modern. This is me, current. I am Ganandvivan and Arjuna Kariki. Om Shri Ganundvaya Namaha. That's self-identification in current body number 1, and the second one. And Ganundvaya becomes Balarama in the next creation of the universe, which is 24 trillion years from now. Om Shri Arjuna Karkiya Namaha. That's self-identification number 2 in my current body. So that ends self-identification, and now going into lower angels or deities, however you term them. I start with Matsya. That was the earliest, one of the earliest Vishnu form. He perfected himself as a fish, Vishnu. So that's what I'm writing now. He was a perfect fish, Vishnu. Okay. Om Shri Matsyaya Namaha. And Vishnu also perfected himself as a turtle, which I'm gonna write next. He was a perfect turtle. My straight lines are crooked. Yeah, salvage. Om Shri Kulmaya Namaha. And Vishnu also perfected himself as a boar. A boar is a pig. He was a boar god. Perfect pig. Shri Parahaya Namaha. And next evolution is half man or dwarf. And Vishnu perfected himself as a half man or a dwarf. Which I'm gonna write next. Okay. Shri Vamanaya Namaha. And the next and final invocation is Buddhata. Buddhata is Brahma's final form. After Buddhata, you become a woman. So Buddhata is the most beautiful man on earth. That's the final beatitude or final beauty. That's the final form of Brahma is Buddhata. And after Buddhata, you become a woman. So Brahma lives as a woman in Kali Yuga. Only in Kali Yuga, Brahma lives as a woman. And then in the next creation, he becomes Shiva again with no memory of being Brahma whatsoever. He doesn't remember being Brahma. Brahma remembers being Vishnu. Brahma remembers being Shiva, even though 48 trillion. 84 trillion years, he still remembers. Shiva doesn't remember anything. That's why it's called a child or the actor. All right. Om Shri Vamanaya Namaha and Buddhata. The next and final. That's a final beauty of men. And after that, you become a woman. Brahma is a woman in Kali Yuga. Oh, not just any woman. She is like Supadra. top of the top 3 women in the whole entire universe. That's what Brahma becomes. Om Shri Buddhaya Namaha. And that concludes the invocations. Now the 2 manantras. The Hare Krishna mantra is a celestial mantra. Even the words are pronounced like Hare Krishna. That's all like upper pronunciation. There's no lower tongue in Krishna. So this is completely celestial. This has no earthly quality to it. And that was actually the weakness of Hare Krishna mantra. There was a lot going on the earth. Hare Krishna mantra is a heaven mantra. So, it doesn't work so well on the earth, especially nowadays. Hare Krishna mantra, Pratopangada mantra.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And next and last is mantra that God gave me. He gave me this mantra. It's called Ganandviva mantra. So after having realized the weakness of Hare Krishna mantra, this is what I prayed for, and I got it. It took me a long time to admit the weakness in the Hare Krishna mantra, because I thought it was a form of disrespect, and it's actually not. Ganandviva mantra, Arjuna Kariki mantra. My street lines are crooked today. Hare Krishna, Hare Balarama, Hare Duryodhana, Hare Yudhishthira. That's it. And so I made up this mantra, or God gave it to me. And first I did a loose translation. Actually means glory to black, glory to white, glory to the lowest, glory to the highest. Krishna means black. Glory to black, glory to white, or white light. Glory to the lowest. Duryodhana was the lowest. Yudhishthira it was a king, it was the highest. Glory to the high, once again, so it's glory to black, glory to white, glory to the lowest, glory to the highest. And that's Hare Krishna, Hare Balama, Hare Duryodhana, Hare Yuti Shuti. That's it. Thank you very much. And this actually is, you could even say that's the son of the Hare Krishna mantra. That's the put. Hare Krishna mantra putra. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Namaste. Next is Sanskrit recitation. I'm gonna take like half an hour break. And it says 3:33 p.m. right now. That's how Gaima works. Have a good day. That's an important number for me. That's why I'm mentioning it. Everything is according to time and fate. Does that mean you should be lazy? The answer is no.